May I have your attention, please? The mask is made up higher, but good. Can I get on your mask, please? And in your seat, please. Okay, first thing I do before I start drawing a face three-quarter view is I identify the angle of the face, okay? And we just need to remember that this angle is parallel to the bottom of the nose, to the corners of the lips. Same with the bottom of the chin and the hairline, okay? So we just want to make sure all of these lines are parallel. So I like to identify that before I get started, okay? And step one, circle for the skull. Step two, oval for the face. What I'm looking for here, and you don't necessarily have to draw an oval. At this point, you could look for a chin, a jawline in the chin, okay? But I do want to make sure I have that curve of the skull behind there. Okay. All right, then I'm going to put in my eye line, which needs to be directly center. So this distance to this distance. So that needs to move up a bit, here to here. Okay. I'm having a hard time teaching with people moving around the room still. Okay, and then I'm going to add my brow line and my nose line. And brow to nose, nose to chin need to be equal. Also, brow to hairline. So that's helpful as well. Okay. Then I put in the nose. And the curve of the nose is right here on the eye line. And I'm paying attention to the distance from the edge of the head to the bridge of the nose. Then I'm paying attention to the distance from the tip of the nose to the cheek. And I'm drawing that skin between the nose. She has quite a curvy one, so that's why my line was curved. Okay. Then my curve of the nose turns into my eyebrow, leaving a little pocket for my eye. At that point, I can create the indentation for the eye and kind of a little shape for the cheekbone. Now I have a place for my eye. Just remember, the inside corner of the eye might be covered up by the nose. Hers is not. But I do want my outside corner of the eye to be complete before it touches the edge of the face. Okay? Because it's the one further away from us, it's going to be smaller. Spacing-wise, I think it's easier to draw my eyebrow first on my brow line. And then I draw an angled line in. So I check the angle between the eyebrow and the corner of the eye. Eyebrow, corner of the eye. And then that gives me my size for this eye. I'm seeing a lot of eyes that are really big. So just pay attention to that and don't exaggerate the size of the eyes. Okay, the nose, I draw the rest of the nose. You don't see her other side of the nostril. Usually I had a little bump over here for the other side of the nostril. We're not seeing that at all. But I am seeing this nostril here and this curve right here. And that one I pay attention to where it is in relation to the corner of the eye. So I just want to make sure that angle is correct. Okay, lips seem to be some of the hardest things. So underneath the center part of the nose, I'm going to do my lip dip, which curves forward, okay, and center my lip dip underneath that. Then I pay attention to the distance from the edge of the nose to the corner of the lips, this angle right here. That helps me see how wide my lips should go. Okay, lips at three-quarter view. They're going to be much rounder on this side. We're seeing like the roundness of them. Her lips are quite dark. So you might, and they're open, which creates an added challenge. And then looks like my chin might need a tiny bit. Okay, some other landmarks are the ears. So the top of the ear should be at the top of the eye, and the bottom of the ear should be at the bottom of the nose. So your ear should be in between here. As far as spacing goes, I haven't nailed down any like perfect rule for how to get the distance between the eye and the ear. Honestly, I started my drawing of my daughter yesterday, and I struggled with the same thing. I've drawn the ear like 3 times trying to get that placement right. So, okay, and then last thing I'm going to talk about is the neck and hairline, and then I'll be ready to, help you individually. So, what I want to do with the hairline is pay attention to how close it comes to the eyebrow, and then make sure it comes in front of the ear a little bit. Otherwise, you're going to have a big empty space here that looks quite awkward. Her hair is very dark, so I'm not going to go too into detail with that. Okay, and then right here, the bottom of the ear, the bottom of the nose, is also the point where it changes from skull to neck. So that's where you might get a little bit of a different angle for your neck. And then for the other side of the neck, I just pay attention to where it hits the chin and check for the angle on that. It's different just depending on the person's angle every time. So there's nothing I can say. Sometimes it might be angled forward, sometimes. But as long as you suggest a neck, you're good. And then I do pay attention to the front of the neck is going to be a longer line. The back of the neck is going to be a shorter line. And then it's going to turn into a shoulder at that point. So suggesting shoulders is always nice. But you don't have to do more than kind of just suggest a straight ankle line. Okay, was that a good refresher on the steps, how to go about the whole process? Okay, now everyone Scotty, take it to the office, please. Now everyone can work on their face from the reference, and I can help people one-on-one. Sorry, I could have done a better angle on that the whole time. You guys could have told me. All right, and I'll be around too. Actually, I need to take roll first, and I'll be around.